Good day, everyone, to week 4 of our Slickline Operations Masterclass. As is being a practice, we have to observe safety before we start any week's presentation. Anywhere you are, stay put and be very attentive. Be mindful of your environment, irrespective of where you are listening this week's presentation from. Identify your exit, identify your master point. Should there be any issue that concerns safety, please, we're going to sort of be very careful in our environment. That's what the safety requires. Now, today, we will be focusing on pressure control and safety, the two core pillars that define professionalism and survival in oil well intervention work. Remember, in this field, safety and precision are not optional. They are equally not negotiable, non-negotiable. Now, we'll go straight to the overview of pressure control in slickline operations. Pressure control is what stands between a safe operation and a catastrophic blowout. We'll elaborate on this blowout as we proceed in this week 4 training. Slickline work exposes us constantly to live well pressures, meaning any loss of control can lead to gas release from subformation, equipment damage, or even fatalities. This week's goal is to help you understand how pressure control systems are designed, how they function, and how to maintain them. Understanding well pressure. Let's break this down, because in well control, you must understand what this well pressure they stand for. Okay, now hydrostatic pressure comes from the weight of the well fluid column that is inside the well, the column. That's what we refer to the hydrostatic pressure. Then the formation pressure is the reservoir pressure. The formation pressure is the reservoir's internal pressure that pushes the fluid out of the reservoir upward. Then the surface pressure is what you read at the wellhead. Anytime you visit the wellhead, you put a gauge, you read it off, that is the surface pressure. Balancing these pressures correctly keeps the well under control. A mismatch can cause a kick or a blowout situations, which is not good in well intervention. Excuse me. So pressure control methods. What are the methods in controlling pressure? We always work with multiple layers of defense that keeps this pressure in place in a safe manner. The first line of defense being the primary control, and this is the hydrostatic head of well fluid. Sometimes we call it key fluid. Then the second is the secondary control, which is mechanical. The equipment we use to hold or contain pressure. Then the tertiary one is the one that comes into play only during emergencies. These tiered systems ensures that no single failure leads to a disaster. Let's talk about wireline valves. Wireline valves are your first active safety tool in a live well job. Always test them before use. The manual type works by hand. Hydraulic ones use pressure control, and the dual valves add redundancy. Check for leaks, verify pressure ratings, and always install correctly before you rig up. is important, very, very important. The lubricator and their functions. The lubricator is the bridge between surface and well bore. It lets you run tools into a pressurized well safely. What you should always do as an operator, always confirm three things. The three things you must confirm is: one, the lubricator length must match with your tool string. The lubricator length must match with your tool string. Secondly, valves are equalized before opening any well. You must equalize it. Third, the entire assembly has been pressure tested prior to any job you want to start. So these are the three things you must keep in mind and bear in mind. The other time I was saying that we'll talk about blowout. Blowout preventers are your last line of defense, which of course is the tertiary line of defense. A single or a dual ram blowout preventer basically closes off the well bore. An annular preventer, that is an annular blowout preventer, seals around irregular shapes like your tool strings. You must know how to operate them under pressure. In an emergency, you don't think, you react. Practice is the key. Practice is the key. What is the barrier philosophy in slickline operations? The two-barrier rule is sacrosanct in oil well work. Two-barrier rule. The two barrier must be in place. Never operate with only one barrier between you and a live well. Never, never. The surface stack is one. The downhole isolation is the other. The redundancy ensures that if one fails, the other holds the well secured. Barrier verification and testing. Testing is not a formality. It's a proof of readiness. Always have that as part of you, testing, before you deploy to field. Always pressure test to working and test pressures as per API ROP 53 bulletin. Perform a visual check for leaks or worn seals or function test every hydraulic control. Record results before proceeding to operations. Equipment redress and maintenance frequency. Maintenance is preventive safety. What did I just say? Maintenance is preventive safety. After each operation, disassemble, clean, and inspect your equipment. I've always told a lot of my students whom I've spoken to face on this one. Don't wait for failure. Replace seals routinely. Most of these seals you see, they have shelf life. Say because you've not used them for a long period of time, they will still be. They could become brittle. Replace them routinely according to manufacturer's recommendation. Keep maintenance logs updated. They protect both you and your employer legally and operationally. Take note of that. There are some common emergency scenarios. You must anticipate emergencies before they happen. Always expect and anticipate that there will always be emergencies before they happen. So you plan well for it. Rehearse what you do if you have a leak, fire, or two-string parting under pressure. Situational awareness is your greatest safety tool when you are in any well, in any operation. Emergency response and contingency planning. In a crisis, there is no time for confusion. Act fast. Shut in the well. Isolate pressure. and move personnel to safety. Maybe an assigned muster point for head count. Communication must be clear and direct. Regular emergency drills are mandatory. They build flexes and confidence. Having said this, the summary of the week 4 presentation falls like this. In conclusion, pressure control is the heartbeat of slickline safety. Train constantly, like what you are receiving now. Although, for now it's free, but train constantly. Every opportunity you see, apply yourself for training. Maintain your equipment and never compromise on standards. Never. You protect yourself, you protect your company that has engaged you. Use the provided references to deepen your understanding. Excellence in this field demands continuous learning. It never can be too much. Continuous learning. You see a lot of service companies today, I don't want to make mention of name, they are super in the human capital development. And what I'm doing now, I'm trying to sort of build you people to become a real expert that's of choice. If you fresh graduate, I tell you, you're adding flesh to your certificates. If you're not a graduate, you're an enthusiast, you have the interest to learn, definitely, here is the place for you. Apply yourself. They will consult you. They will negotiate with you very, very robustly. Very, very robustly. There are some reference material I will still recommend. If you lay hands on them, man, you are a superman. API-ROP 53 Bulletin, IWCF, which stands for International Well Control Forum Manuals, Schlumberger and Halliburton Slickline handbooks. If you can lay hands on those handbooks, man, you are good to go. Study them. If you have any question, don't fail to ask and send me a note on 070 111 33305. God bless you all.